And what about Toronto Center of the Universe syndrome? Is that in your head at all?
Not, I wouldn't say it was once we had this theater and once we started to expand. I think the thing I understood about Toronto is there anything I can learn from what they're doing that I don't know? As opposed to, I certainly was aware, like when we took Talking Dirty and produced it in Toronto at the theater there. Anyway, I'll remember what it is, but it doesn't matter. The attitude towards Talking Dirty, being a play from Vancouver, was so snobbish that I felt I understand Toronto. You know, it's like New York's attitude towards Toronto. So I understood that, and I thought as long as we're in Vancouver and doing what we want to do, and we're comfortable doing what we want to do, and we're strong enough to understand what it is we're doing, then we don't need to worry about Toronto. Rarely would a Toronto reviewer or critic come here anyways. And when they do, usually they were surprised at the quality. But
No, as a Toronto artist, I was always surprised, not surprised, but it was also a pleasure when a kind of really innovative piece of theater would come out and we say, oh yeah, I heard about the show at the Arts Club, and oh yeah, and that was always like, wow, okay. I mean, and then the performers who came out, and you go, wow, I thought we were pretty lucky, but I couldn't, the mountains, the Rocky Mountains were in between, and there seemed to be this emotional and theatrical divide, which always
but I think things have changed now. Like when we took Onegan, or at least where the production of Onegan was remounted in Toronto, it was received very well. And when people like Morris, who are from this area, from the West, achieve a certain success, and when others like Ken McDonald, the designer, they understand that there are theater artists here that really are of national consequence. And so I think it's changed, but certainly in the 70s and 80s, it was not. There was a kind of, that's Toronto, and this is us in this little